guys, so I didn't think I would ever be doing a video about this on my channel, but I'm super excited to share the tips with you about how I was able to manifest larger boobs using the law of attraction. And the reason that I didn't think I would share this, to be honest, is because I had a very different outcome than some of you might actually think. And I'll share exactly what that outcome was in the end. But I want to share with you the 3 steps. And honestly, you can do these 3 steps when it comes to any area of your appearance, okay? Because it's not just like the way that you would manifest larger boobs is the same way that you would manifest a slimmer body. It's the same 3 steps. And then also what I want to do is just share with you again my story and kind of how I got there, which will hopefully help and resonate for some of you. And I want to give a shout out to _𝐻𝐻𝐻 saying this was a question that she posed on my How to Change Your Appearance video, which I gave kind of a play-by-play of this whole 2-year experience, not 2-year actually, I think it was a little bit longer, of this whole experience of coming from Boston to Bahrain, and then also the manifestation that took place and how I was able to change my physical appearance. So I'm going to link that up above for you guys. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out after this video, and I'll make sure to link it in the description too. But yeah, so changing my breast size was an interesting experience for me because one of the first steps is really your BS, right? So when I say BS, what do you guys think that means? Type in the comments. Your BS, a lot of people think is bull, yeah. But in actual fact, your BS is your belief system in this case. See, the law of attraction only works when your belief system is in line with what you're manifesting. See, the biggest problem that I see is that people want to change their appearance, they want to manifest bigger boobs, but they only believe, truly believe, that they can do that with surgery, right? And it's because it's reinforced everywhere around you. You see tons of people walking around either with breast implants and things like that, and it's common. So it's more likely for you to think, oh yes, I can just get a boob job and my boobs will be bigger, right? Because it's shown around you. Whereas you don't know somebody else's experience with going through their life and then manifesting larger breasts like later on in life and never really having breasts, right? You don't see those stories as much, and people don't tell those stories as much, right? Or ways that because a lot of times people aren't even conscious of how they've actually able to like do it. A lot of times people think that after they get pregnant, right, they seem to have larger breasts. I know as women, this is what women discuss as well, because your body changes once you're pregnant. But did you know that in fact every 7 years, every single cell in your body is regenerated because we are constantly creating new cells and stripping and getting rid of old cells. So every 7 years, you are technically in a new cellular makeup of your whole body. So yes, the time period is a bit longer. And for me personally, actually, when it came to manifesting larger breasts, it happened quite quickly. But the interesting thing was, one, my belief system was not 100% perfect in the beginning, which was why it took a little bit longer. See, my belief system was conflicted, which is why if you're definitely sure you want larger breasts and this is something that you want, you need to have a strong belief system that yes, you can manifest this, and yes, this is something that you want and you're going to feel really, really good when you have them, and you don't want anything else. So see, mine was that I was a little bit concerned. I'm very active and fit, and I like being able to not have to wear a bra. Sometimes I can get away with it. You know, when you have small breasts, it's like you got the model boobs, so you could just kind of get out with just putting tops on and not having to wear bras. And by the way, I've always had smaller breasts, and it's not a problem for me, to be honest. I quite enjoy them, but it was something that I just felt like maybe I would feel a little bit more feminine if they were a little bit bigger. So when I was doing this exercise and manifesting them, first I had to change my belief system, as we discussed. And what I did is I did scripting around it. And my belief system, especially from hearing friends who got breast implants or have larger breasts, they were struggling with back problems, and they were talking about having to get larger shirts because they had to get a bigger size to fit their breasts and things like that. And I was like, oh, it sounds like quite a hassle, right? Right? I don't really have to consider that all the time, but I do like the aesthetic of it. So during my manifestation, and why this interesting thing happened, was that my belief system was like that. And I did scripting around, like, I just want them to be a little bit more bigger. Like, I just want them to get that extra size bigger, be a bit more full, but I still like the fact that I have smaller breasts. So it wasn't a huge jump for me. Like, I'm not saying that you can go from like a 32C, which is where I started, all the way up to like a 36D, or I don't know, you know what I mean? It's not that big of a jump, but for me personally, I know other people have had even greater, like 2 cup sizes, 3 cup sizes of a success. But yeah, so for me, what was really interesting that happened is my breast size had always been the same, guys. Like, it never ever changed, no matter what I did. Even when I ate more food, nothing, it was always consistent. So when I did this scripting, what was really interesting about it was that I started writing down how I would feel, right? Because, you know, in scripting, you want to write down how you feel. And this is the second step, right? So you check in with your belief system. That's the first step that you do. And then what you want to do is add emotion with your scripting about what it is that you want, because it helps you get clearer. And this is the same thing I do with appearance, all of those steps as well, with finding something like a visual of what I want it to look like, so I can imagine it and vision it in my mind, and then scripting how I'll feel when I have that. So I started doing some scripting around it. I started like going out to the stores and imagining what it would be like to get like a bigger like bra size, or to wear a dress and like actually have cleavage. Like, that was like, ooh, you know? But yeah, it was interesting for me. So then scripting, write down, sit down, write down exactly how it makes you feel, understand your belief system. And what you want to do is overcome that belief system to really actually truly believe that you can do this without surgery. That is the key, because what actually happens and what people end up manifesting is they say to the universe, I want larger boobs, right? And then, because the only way they believe it can happen, because law of attraction will bring you to the path of least resistance, so you can get there quickly. What will happen is they'll start to meet other people who have got breast implants. Then somebody will introduce them to a doctor who does that. Then they'll end up going and getting surgery, because the law of attraction is leading you down the path of least resistance based on your belief system. So if you want to be able to manifest this biologically in yourself, like create that as we do with healing, right? You can heal yourself internally. Your body is a self-healing machine. You can create that and activate it. But you need to believe first that it's possible for you to do that. So scripting, writing affirmations about being able to do that, believing that internally, practicing it in little ways, like recognizing that maybe when you bruise yourself or you injure yourself or you give yourself a paper cut, something like that, like you heal. Your cells are changing and regenerating. So that's important. So sit down, write down the scripting, check in with your belief system, and make sure you redirect it. And you want to do it subconsciously, not just consciously, because it's okay to say like, I believe I have bigger boobs. But if you don't feel like you already have those bigger breasts and like how it would feel, then it's not going to work, right? You need to believe it in your subconscious. So that, again, is practicing the affirmations. First, check in with your belief system, script, feel it, keep building that emotion, keep working on it. And then finally, the last part that you want to do is let it go. Don't think about it. You need to forget it. Like, don't be sitting there going, okay, universe, like, what's going on today? I thought they were going to be like double D size by now. I've done all my scripting and it's, no. You want to just forget it. Know that you already placed your order to the universe. The universe has all the bits and pieces in place to get you to where it is that you want to go. Trust that and let it go. And what you'll notice is like either a couple weeks or a month or anything later down the line, depending on your resistance, things will start to come into your experience that will lead you down the path of that. Or what happened in my case, which is really interesting, is once I let that go, it was really strange because it was maybe like a month or two later that for some reason, it was around the time of my monthly, but this had never happened to me before. My breasts grew, but to the point that it was a cup size bigger. And what I had actually manifested because of what I explained about my belief system in the beginning was that like I kind of wanted bigger boobs, but I kind of like my smaller boobs. So I was going back and forth. So I actually manifested, which had never happened to me before, a situation where my breasts change now throughout the month. It's very weird. To me, now it's normal, but for me it was very strange at the beginning. But what happens now is that certain times in the month, they'll get a lot bigger. And I mean like a whole bra size bigger. And then after that time of the month, they'll go back to normal, but not just normal, bigger than normal. So they've not only grown, but they expand at certain times and get bigger at certain times of the month, so that like I get the best of both worlds. Before, I could never have cleavage when I would wear a dress or anything like that. And now, at certain times of the month, like it just works so well for me. So I was reading, and actually I have these as well to show you guys. So this was kind of where I was coming from before, right? This was kind of your average, not really, just small. It's okay, small boobs are nice too, but it was kind of like very small to then go to like this, like an actual proper, like full-on cup size up. So this, and to be honest, I don't use this bra anymore because it's comfortable, but it doesn't really fit anymore, which is wonderful. But here, this was kind of the size I was coming from, and then the size I went to. So it's like, it's interesting how specific, based on your subconscious beliefs, the law of attraction can become and is. It is so calculated and so specific. And in this case, with my manifestation, it was so beautifully specific to me and my internal beliefs about the breast size that I wanted, and also my conflicting beliefs, right? If I fully had no conflicting beliefs about, oh, well, it might be uncomfortable, I'll have to buy new shirts, and I don't want them to be too big, because then I would have manifested not just the back and forth, but I would have manifested a bigger breast size, right? But because I had these conflicting beliefs that I'm actually quite happy about, because I do like having smaller breasts, right? I got the best of both worlds out of it, which was awesome, right? And which I didn't even know was possible before. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys. Make sure to practice the 3 steps, and it's something that you can use for any area of your appearance. I mean, sometimes when I notice that I've gained a little bit of weight, I do the same thing again so that I can manifest a slimmer and toner body. I'll go back, okay, what's my belief system right now? Am I thinking to myself, oh, don't eat that, or oh, you're heavier than usual, or oh, you know what I mean? Check in with your belief system. And then what I do is I script, I reprogram and say, okay, what is it? Like, what is my belief? And my belief is, I'm thinner than I usually am. I'm feeling really good and comfortable in my body. My body is slimmer and it feels healthy. I have a light feeling. Like, this is what I script out. And then at the end, I let it go. And I remember and I practice those beliefs in my head, right? And usually what will happen every single time is like a week later or so, my body will start to be slimmer again, and I'll start to lose a couple pounds and kilos, because it all starts with your BS, your belief system. That is honestly what you attract. You attract what you are in the law of attraction. So everything that's around you, everything that you are on the outside is what you are. It's that reflection. So anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you. Make sure to like it, share it with any of your friends you think it can help. Don't forget to comment and also subscribe and hit that little bell notification button so you can be informed first when my videos come out, because I am dedicated to making videos on this beautiful, beautiful channel to hold us all accountable to being the best versions of ourselves, guys. For now, take care, all my love.